Hello, I'm Alan, and welcome to today's edition of Alan's Cycling Adventures. Today is an exciting day for several reasons. One, it's another state line crossing. We're going into Indiana today. And two, we all decorated our helmets last night, and so I'm going to pan around. Everyone's still milling about and getting lined up, but you can see some of the decorated helmets that we have as everyone's getting ready. We are going to Crawfordsville, Indiana today. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or ideas for future editions of Alan's Cycling Adventures, be sure to leave them in the comments below. Well, without further ado, let's ride. Okay, today was another state line crossing. We crossed into Indiana from Illinois. It was a fun day. I had a visitor yesterday into this morning for the rest day, and I have another visitor today. Yesterday and the day before, my girlfriend Teresa came to visit, and today my son is here. So it's been a great few days. Anyway, I departed. Oh, I do want to add that we had a helmet decorating day yesterday. And so we all came down, well, those of us who decorated helmets came down with our decorated helmets. I will have a group picture of all of the decorated helmets on my blog, so be sure to check that out at alancoasttocoast.blogspot.com and click on the Day 34 link, and you will get to read all about today as well as see pictures of the decorated helmets. We all departed together today. We didn't have two groups today. We departed at 7:34 a.m. The weather at the start was clear and 65 degrees Fahrenheit with a feels-like temperature of 66 degrees Fahrenheit. The humidity was 81%. The humidity actually went down over the course of the day, though it did get warmer, but it wasn't oppressively hot, so weather-wise that was pretty nice. Also, the wind at the start was 7.7 miles per hour from the west-northwest. It was pretty much a direct tailwind, and it was a direct tailwind for the entire ride pretty much. And the wind got stronger as the day went on, so we really moved along today. The length of today's ride was 81.77 miles. I had an average moving speed of 17.5 miles per hour. And if you've been following my videos, you know that I am not that fast of a rider. So I chalked that one up to the tailwind, which was beautiful. My maximum speed today was 34.8 miles per hour. I had a total moving time of 4 hours, 39 minutes, and 57 seconds. And an elapsed time of 5 hours, 34 minutes, and 56 seconds. My average heart rate was 118 beats per minute with a maximum heart rate of 134. According to Garmin and Strava, I burned 1,469 calories. My average cadence was 69. I actually thought it was going to end up being over 70, but it ended up being 69. And my max cadence was 94. In terms of elevation gain on this ride, according to Strava's map data, I gained 1,699 feet. According to Garmin's barometric data, I gained 1,693 feet. So only a discrepancy of 6 feet. Pretty close. I had a total of 18,402 pedal strokes. And according to Strava, I had an average power output of 131 watts. In terms of today's route, there were no Garmin climbs on today's route. The route itself, we started out on surface roads going through Champaign and Urbana, eventually getting on to Route 150, which we took to Route 136 to Route 231, which took us right to the hotel. In terms of where I rode today, we started out in Champaign and rode through Urbana, Mayview, Foles, St. Joseph, Glover, Ogden, and I'll tell you the rest of it later because I'm coming up on that state line crossing in just a moment. Here you go.
All right. We are coming up on the Indiana state line. Let's see how many state lines we've crossed. Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, and so this is our 8th state line, crossing into our 9th state. First, we're going past the Danville Correctional Center in Danville, Illinois. And we're only, I think, 0.3 miles from the state line at this point. So that prison's pretty close to the state line. And it says we're 0.2 of a mile from the state line now. Boy, we're moving pretty good today. I think this is definitely going to end up being a day where we get to the hotel and have to wait for our rooms, which is cool because I have a special guest today. My son is going the opposite direction to California. Here's the line. Woohoo! More to discover in Indiana. Very cool. We are here. This is our 9th state. Indiana, established in 1816.
Anyway, after Ogden, we rode through Fithian, Muncie, Oakwood, Batestown, Danville. All of those were in Illinois. We then crossed the state line from Illinois to Indiana, to Foster, Indiana, and then Covington, Petersburg, Hillsboro, where I stopped to take pictures of the bikes on the wall. Again, you have to go to my blog to see those pictures. After that, we rode through Waynetown, Wesley, and finally into Crawfordsville. Tomorrow's ride actually looks to be an easy one, knock on wood. We are riding to Greenfield, Indiana. It's only 75 miles. Again, that perspective thing is funny, saying only and 75 miles in the same sentence. But I think everyone in this group feels that way. And we're only gaining 1,334 feet of elevation tomorrow. So, like I said, tomorrow is going to be an easy day. Tomorrow, by the way, we're also leaving as one group instead of two separate groups. We're also leaving at 7:30 in the morning, and we should get into Greenfield on the early side. We are riding through Indianapolis tomorrow, though, so we should have some pretty good footage. Tonight after the ride was pretty fun. My son got here just in time for dinner, so he got to meet a few of the people from our group. He'll get to meet the rest of them tomorrow at breakfast. Anyway, after I finish this video and blog, I'm going to hang out with my son a little bit before getting to bed and getting ready for tomorrow's ride. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you check out my blog. Again, it is allencoasttocoast.blogspot.com. A lot of good stuff on that blog. You should check it out. Even if you have watched all the videos, you'll always pick up some good stuff from reading the blog as well. Let's see, looks like that turnaround was actually in Hillsborough. So I'm starting to get fairly close to Crawfordsville, I think. It was actually kind of funny because as I rode into Hillsborough, there was a sun glare issue. I was having trouble reading the screen on my Garmin, and it beeped that I was at a waypoint. And I'm looking at the screen, trying to read what it says on the bottom. Couldn't read it. And then it dawned on me that there was a waypoint that I was coming up on that just said, look left, or something like that. And I realized immediately, because we had talked about it in our briefing this morning, that I had just ridden past the bikes on the wall. And that's why I turned around and went back, so that I can pause for a moment and get some pictures of the bikes on the wall, which, again, you have to go to my blog if you want to see it. Let's see, what else is there to add? By the way, I do apologize. I did mess up the video a little bit at some point. I was able to mostly fix it. When I stopped for my sandwich break, I forgot to stop the camera. And then when I left my sandwich break, here's the sandwich break now, I forgot to restart I thought I forgot to restart the camera. And so it started out in time-lapse mode. And I hit the button on the side and put it into real-time mode. I didn't even know you could do that easily, just toggle between the two modes. But you can. Anyway, I'm coming up on the hotel here, so I'll see you tomorrow.
The king has arrived. That was actually a fun one. Great weather, relatively easy terrain, nice tailwind. Today was the kind of day that reminds me why I love cycling. Well, until next time, stay safe out there.